Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is JT with Legacy Art Games, and we're back with more tabletop campaigns. And today we have for you Crestborne. Where's my brain? It is session 13 with GM Frosty. And just to note in advance, if you guys enjoy this session and you would like to get involved with one of GM Frosty's games, well, all you have to do is look at the overlay in the video to see Frosty's Discord ID and also the address to her Discord channel. You can also find that information down in the video info. So with that said, we are going to continue Crestborne now, and I'm going to turn it right over to Frosty. Everybody have fun. Okay, Frosty, all yours.
Hi everyone, and welcome to another Andromeda adventure. We are here today playing Crestborne, and would like to thank Legacy Art Games for streaming for us. We are joined today by the Death of Rats, playing Helja, our Forge Cleric.
Hello.
Our wonderful host, Legacy, playing the Witch of the Woods, Leosai.
Hello, everyone.
Our good friend and wonderful paladin, Luigi.
Yellow.
And last but not least, the fluffy and adorable teddy bear, Kuma, being played by Zen.
Potatoes.
Last we left off, you guys had an interesting encounter with the mayor, having disrupted him during his office hours and confronting him about some of the policies in the town and trying to take a stand, noting that it was only a matter of time before Lord Azezzar returned from wherever he was heading after speaking to his higher-ups to retaliate against the town and to free the town and take the people to the Alliance city within the walls. After which you had learned that the mayor seemed to be infected by a strange parasite that you were unable to track down. You searched a bit in the town, but couldn't find any leads. Ben was a bit more insistent on that. However, you did eventually, most of you, retire to Sibella's house, while Helja, you went and worked for the night as much as possible while still heading home to get a bit of a night's sleep. Kuma and Leosai, however, you guys decided to explore the strange tower in the center of town and discovered a few interesting things. A letter to Delafrin, bits of a broken egg that was covered in scales, some equipment, and that this was the home of an old wizard, most likely the one who founded the village very near when the corruption came in and the outer areas fell. You also settled in for the night, with Kuma taking a little bit of time and exploring the area. You have finished your long rest and woken up in the morning. Kuma and Leosai, the wizard tower wasn't exactly comfortable, but you're well rested. And Sibella and Helja, you wake up and find Ben has already left.
I think the tower is probably more comfortable than the ghost mansion, though.
Or the volcano. We've had worse.
Yeah.
True, you have slept in far worse. The open the window and the fresh mountain air, especially after traveling through the corrupted wasteland, the haunted mansion, the inferno volcano, and the accursed swamp, is, actually a very nice and pleasant thing to wake up to. Reminds you of the old days.
Must be nice being able to breathe fresh air.
Depends where you are.
But before we actually get started, because it is kind of important, there have been for the audience. Kuma has changed a bit. He has been officially fully converted over to the official release of Tasha's Cauldron. A lot of his stuff has changed because of it.
And you can pick up Tasha's Cauldron at your local game store or get a copy of it on D&D Beyond, not sponsored.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if it's released on Roll20 yet either.
It is.
It is?
Because I bought it on Roll20 as well.
Tasha's
Again, not sponsored.
The hatred.
Yeah. The main thing that changed is so my second level spells changed, one of my meta magics changed, and I have less of the restore balance ability because it's now based off proficiency bonus, not my charisma modifier. But it'll get better over time.
I'm not a Tasha's fan, but that's
Everything
a
else
story for another video.
Oh, yeah. But yes, now I am ready to get started. I just felt it would be important for the audience to know.
Very helpful.
Yeah. And hopefully voice mod works today.
It does.
Hopefully.
For now.
Yep, it's working. Yeah.
So, what did I manage to do, quote unquote, light activity exploring the tower wise for the long rest?
Mostly just walked around and looked at some of the books and sat reading them.
Yeah, anything interesting in the books? History books, actually, particularly, because see if I could find it. What I missed in the world.
Not really a lot of history books. You do find and skim, a bit of a journal about the early days in the village, and that the wizard found that the area seemed to be protected by magical energies, and he wanted to study it more, but he had tried to gather up the people that were in the Armiston Keep and living in the swamp, and those that would come with him and give them refuge. Early days were difficult between the rival. While they had celebrations together, rivalries and long history between Armiston Keep and the woods did lead to some early troubles in the town, but nothing unexpected or traumatic.
Rivalries. Were there rivalries in my time?
Good question.
Yeah, there would be, like, resources, the close proximity, a lot of the keep's sort of clearing of the land to develop more.
So that festival they held was like the one time where they wouldn't fight, sort of
No,
thing?
they weren't fighting. There was just normal neighboring village tensions that
okay, yeah, that I get. Okay.
when kind of trapped in this very small area after trauma led to some just some infighting, some difficulty in cooperation, especially over deciding who's in charge and how they'll live. Elves want the elves and the people from the swamp wanted to make it more harmonious with nature, but the people in the city wanted their creature comforts, and it does seem like they eventually tried to strike a balance between the two.
Yeah, it's a nice mountain village now.
But that's all you would have really been able to get in the night. You definitely feel like you could probably do a bit more studying, or if you were looking for something specific, you might be able to locate it. But
I don't want to do anything too extensive.
yeah, you're mostly just like, oh, this looks interesting, and sitting down in one of the chairs.
Anything that would be interesting for Leosai, given that she's a wizard, and this is a wizard's tower.
Other than the spell book that you found.
Oh, did we find a spell book here? I thought we only got the one spell book from the hag.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I distinctly remember that.
I'm not sure if we found another book in the tower.
I remember the letter, because the letter revealed that the dragon was his familiar. And some notes, the letters to the law friend, some
Oh, that's
miscellaneous
right. You guys
ramblings.
did not find it. Yeah, on your investigation check, you didn't find it. So yeah, you wouldn't have found it.
You've been spending the entire night looking around.
Even spending the because you can't do a strenuous search, and you
Yeah.
already searched the area for everything that looked interesting.
The search will last longer than an hour.
Although since there's such a library here, I might actually be able to use my background researcher in this place while we're here.
You have to order to find any specific information.
Do whatever you feel is necessary.
As the sun rises, I would poke Leosai awake.
Oh,
Actually, you're an elf, aren't you?
yes.
Yeah,
Stop poking me.
You just poke him out of it. Poke him out of trance.
Wakey, wakey. Or, I mean, I guess you technically weren't asleep.
He's technically not.
But you know.
Well, I gather you've been roaming about. Anything interesting?
Just learning about what happened to this village over the past few centuries. Technically used to live nearby.
Well, I suppose, long story short, it didn't end well.
It ended better than it could have.
True. Could be a ruin. They're not doing bad in that sense. Well, I suppose we should check on the others if there's nothing of interest here.
With how quickly you guys rest, you guys would be arriving at Sabella's house right around the time that they're waking up.
Do we know where Sabella's house was? Because I don't think we followed her there.
Yeah, you did stay there the first night.
Huh. So is that the house?
Yep.
How far away is it from the tower? Because I'm thinking, like, could I just jump from the window and slow fall all the way? Mary
really.
Poppins into the house.
Not really. The town's just a map's just a dramatization of it, a representation.
But the best, that's like 3 stories high.
But yeah, you're arriving, Helga and Sabella, you're waking up. Helga, you're fairly sore and tired, but nice and well rested. You put on a lot of work last night.
Time to wait for the inevitable.
Alright. What are we up to today?
Do we want to try and search for that parasite thing before we start heading south?
Search for it how? Find out more about it.
We have a person of the cloth. They're very good at finding things that don't belong.
It's true.
And he just points at Helga.
Well, living creatures aren't necessarily an object per se, so I can't find it that way.
Can you not sense the presence of evil?
That I can just
So it does.
Yes, you can prepare. Yes, you can prepare detect evil and good.
yeah. I'm just trying to remember what level that is.
First.
I mean, that I think technically, like,
Oh, there we go.
technically, if it's inside, then they would have cover, so we wouldn't be able to exactly detect
Yeah.
it.
Actually, that is wrong.
Oh, I remember. You got Leosai got the book in the trade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I pointed
Uh,
out. We got that one, and we have the Dwarven spellbook that we found in the mines. Those are the two spellbooks we currently have.
Yeah, that was the spell book that I was thinking about for the wizard.
Well, now we know where it came from.
Yeah.
So, yeah, can try and locate it, but I can only look for it 10-minute bursts. So unless you want to try and round everyone up and then we try and locate it there, but then that leaves the chance of it popping to someone else.
I mean, it doesn't matter how much it pops around, we'll always be able to locate it if everybody's nearby.
Yes,
And if
but it
anybody
does
happens
mean
to be missing,
it does mean killing a lot of people. That would kill a lot of innocents, though. And
we only really need to
save
take
this
down
village,
one
not
person.
murder them all.
I think we only really need to get one person, and
But
as
if
long
it
as you're
moves to
discreet.
someone else,
You'll be detecting, the rest of us will be ready to go. As well as I can personally expel it from a person.
Well, how do you propose we get everyone close enough to go for us to locate it then?
A rally under the guise of recruiting people to march on the keep? Or perhaps having them getting together to start preparing defenses, just in case?
Defenses sounds like an idea, actually.
Yes, because we've told them Azezzar might be coming, so they would buy that, I think.
And we'll be trying to head them off, but something could always get past.
And Leosai, you didn't get the tools like the incense and inks and stuff that you needed to scribe spells until last night in the tower.
Okay.
Yeah. But you could do that during short rests. It's pretty easy. Wait, no, it takes 2 hours per spell slot, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's going to take a while.
We don't have Ben here, so I guess it's up to me and Helga to get everybody gathered together. Did anybody know where he went?
He went looking for the slug on his own.
Well, let's hope he didn't get slugged.
I was going to say, I'll bet money it's him.
He seems smart enough to
How much you want to bet?
avoid it. No, I don't have anything. I'm a teddy bear.
You guys can start to hear the city and town come to life. A village, I should say.
The proper time in the morning.
We should probably get them together before they start their work.
Probably. You're the more likable one. If you're a little teddy bear, we'll give Kuma a squidge. Slash, sort of a hug squidge. Pull him in tight.
Okay, that's not going to help us.
Yeah, still, as I said, you're the more likable one of the two of us. I'll let you.
Yes, but aggression works just as well sometimes.
Should I, be readying the incineration magic?
Yes. Isabella, you should be able to help too. They're your people.
I'm on it.
Yes, of course.
All we need to do is get them into town square. Simple enough. And
How do we
anybody
make
who
sure
doesn't
they
come,
stay? How do we make sure they stay out of the altercation?
yeah, and anybody who doesn't come is immediately suspicious.
And I'll let you guys know who it is who has the slug, and we can try and fly them out afterwards.
Have you guys been hearing me?
Nope.
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 Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. So I had to switch my mic. Sorry about that.
Have you been hearing us planning?
Yeah, I was asking gather who up.
The town.
Oh.
We're trying to get the villagers together before they go to work.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the plan. And actually, just before we go, I'm going to go ahead and use one of my new spells. One of my new innate spells. I don't know why this subclass has it, but it's useful. Me and Leosa are squishy, and Helja is primary front linesman. I'm going to cast Aid. Just a simple second level aid on all of us.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Just
I
me
do
and
very
Leo.
much appreciate that.
Oh no, it's just 3 people. So me, Helja, and Leosai. Sorry, Sabella. I think you also have the most health base anyways.
I mean, 76, a level, like, what, 7?
So you can add 5 to the red bar on your tokens.
I've got it covered. A red bar? Oh no.
It is. I guess it's not temp HP, but
Yeah. I just keep track of my normal HP and change it.
well, on your green bar you can also hit +5 and it'll up it. Yep.
And then while I'm doing that, I'd also like to hand Helja a piece of paper. I know you have a lot of work right now, but if you would you have the time and the capability if you could just craft something for me? And it's well, I had a lot of time last night while reading. Kind of thought of a new spell that might be interesting to try out.
Okay.
And I'm going to just... It is... that. Just want to get that out of the way.
I can try, but
No rush.
yeah, I can. And I guess I can make parts of it and then put it together in a short amount of time. But yeah, I can get it done.
You can tell it's not. You can tell how difficult it was for him because he has to use Mage Hand to write and draw. So it's not the neatest.
It's Sokka sketches.
Basically. But at least it's just a box.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be everything. Are we ready to go to town?
No, no more than ready.
Are you guys preparing any food or eating rations or?
Might as well, make sure we eat first. The ones that can, anyways.
Isabella, this is your house. Do you have food here to cook?
You were hiding in the mines for a bit, so any of the food that you had gathered and any of the meat that you had hunted for has probably got bad.
I feel like a vegetarian meal is perfectly fine.
So you guys have some breakfast,
Yeah.
some light veggies and lettuce and some,
Something easily harvestable this time of the morning.
mushrooms, mushrooms and berries.
Oh, don't we still have direwolf meat?
I don't remember picking that up.
Yeah, you did put the direwolf meat in your bag.
I specifically mentioned that I brought some back. I remember.
Yeah.
You gave a bunch of it to the town, but we kept some of it.
Huh? No reason to put this to waste. All right then.
All right. And you guys have some nice wolf bacon and steak. Breakfast steak.
Do wolves have a T-bone?
Don't know. Yeah, you guys enjoy your breakfast and start heading out into the town. Is there anything that you were trying to take care of first in the town?
I think I settled everything I did during my rest. So, anybody else?
Leosa is ready to go with her part of the plan.
All right.
Which is to cook whoever she's told to.
It's to cook the creature. We're going to try and expel it.
Give me 1 second to go grab a drink. I will be right back.
Okay.
Totally forgot to grab a drink. My fault.
That's fine. So we're going to have Helger detect it, and then Kuma can expel it.
I'm so glad you clarified that now.
Yes.
Yes. And just strike it down as soon as it's expelled.
Well, Kuma doesn't know he can expel it. He knows that this spell works against possession. So he's
Protection
assuming
from evil and good.
Yes. So he assumes that that the creature is counting as possessed by the parasite.
All I can do is just try it out and hope.
Yep. Out of character, I happen to know that this does automatically eat a mind eater.
You mean an
Out of
intellect
whoever is
devourer?
inside.
The brain puppies.
And depending
They're
on what
annoying.
Frosty did to it, I think if any one of us hits it once, it's going to die because it's their ability that makes them strong. They themselves are extremely fragile.
Like, yeah, I can down to like 1 full round just because I got a magic weapon now. It's got resistant to non-magic weapons.
I think Leo's can do it with a single spell. Go with that.
Sorry about that.
Make sure it's a half damage saving throw because then you don't have to worry about attack rolls.
Just fireball the damn thing.
All right.
Dang it hurt. That depends if you can even position it in a way to, not hurt who it's got expelled from.
All right. So, what is your plan as you head into the city?
Give it that I'm the more persuasive one, I'd like to go back to Town Hall, where they've, it didn't seem to hate me, so...
All right.
Because they don't have a mayor, but there's somebody's going to be able to, be in charge there, or they could work as a group. Who knows? But that's where the voice of the people is.
As you approach, you do see there are a few people in the town hall. They are arguing over what to do after the death of the mayor. And a couple of them are saying that the strangers probably killed the mayor. One of them was like, they came in, they were telling us all of this stuff about somewhere else to go, and then we leave, and the next thing we know, the mayor's dead. This was all just some ploy. They're trying to take over the town. It's probably some rival group that wants to invade our keepers. I don't know. They seem nice. Like, you really think they would do... everyone kind of turns and notices that you're walking in.
Well, there's no ploy, really. I did cremate him outside.
There was at least a couple of witnesses who saw what happened to him. We did not touch him. I did not hit her! I had to do it.
He was filled with the corruption and dead for some time. You're better off, really.
Actually, that is a good point.
Well, where's the
Do you
body
have-
so we can examine it ourselves? You burned it so we couldn't.
Well, there are bones out front if you want to go look.
Do you have a medicine man? An apothecary? A cleric?
And I add,
We have an apothecary, yeah. A couple of them are like, yeah, isn't that run by Taven? Yeah, Taven's shop. He would know. Does he know about the corruption? He doesn't know anything about any corruption. Like, what are you guys even calling the corruption?
Okay, so what I'm gonna do? Was the mayor a big man, or was he a
Yes.
stout?
Batman.
Corpulent, very corpulent.
Well, I just meant like I think any medium humanoid counts for this. I would like to use minor illusion to, put his body there and point out the corruption.
Everyone kind of started gasping in shock. How are they able to do that? As a couple of them walk up and kind of poke the illusion.
I mean, they'd immediately know it's an illusion.
That's a recreation, but I did a little autopsy on him after he attacked us, and, well, you see what was inside of him.
Yeah, so from what we've discovered is, one problem is they can't really judge the time of death from this. If we still had a body, an apothecary would be able to say that he was dead for about 1,000 years very easily. I was able to figure that out. Actually, no. Here you go. He just remembered. He will. Who's the one? He will hand the letter he found in the mayor's office. The 1,000-year-old letter.
Mm-hmm.
And give it to the person that's been a naysayer. This is a letter inviting him to Mordred's Manor, a place that shut down about 1 millennium ago. A place that no one here should ever be able to be invited to because it doesn't even exist anymore.
Yeah, we don't. Is there a Mordred? No, like they're trying to figure out if anyone knows.
How long ago? Sabella's just trying to piece that together.
The mayor had an invitation to a party, and you saw the invitation when you were here. But Kuma just said that the invitation was to a party 1,000 years ago.
Anywhere from 900 to 1,000 years, just before the corruption.
But yeah, they're all trying to figure out if they've ever heard of Mordred, if that's someplace in town. But
Mordred
no, everyone's like, no, like, I don't know.
Mordred was a noble. Your tower over there has a grand library. They might have some information on it if somebody's willing to look for it. But I digress. Finding evidence for what have you, good or bad against us, isn't important right now. Believe it or not, there is a great danger in your town. The thing that killed the mayor is still around, and it's not us. We need to find it.
How can we do that? If something killed the mayor, like, we have to find it.
The thing, and the illusion would still be up because it lasts a bit. He'll point at the entry wound on the mayor's neck or head, wherever it is.
Yeah, it was like right back behind where the neck and skull meet behind the ear.
Yeah. This thing burrows into the head and basically takes control of a person, I'm guessing. We're not entirely sure what it is, but it hides inside people.
It like could easily be it just eats the brain
How
and
many-
just replaces it entirely.
How many people are in this room currently?
There's like 5 or 6. We'll say 6.
Are they all within 30 feet of me?
Yeah.
Just as we're discussing it, I would like to just ask Detect Evil and Good.
Okay.
Yeah, I would do it myself, but Divine Sense has the full cover class, which that doesn't have.
Yeah, that's why it's better.
Let's see.
Just to make sure it's not in one of these people.
There's no aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of you.
Okay. Good to know.
The whole land does still look like it's consecrated, though.
Okay.
Yeah, we know that the entire mountain is basically consecrated. So what we need to do is get everybody together. 'Cause my friend here,
One moment. Helja, I need you to make religion, excuse me, arcana or insight check.
Let's go for insight. That's
All
a
right.
13.
It does look like the consecration of the ground intensifies as it heads towards the peak.
Is that back the way we came, or
No, towards where Caldera is supposed to be.
okay?
which is supposedly where he landed, probably. Yeah. Where was I? Oh. So we need to... My friend here can detect the presence of things that don't belong. Evil things. So we really just need to get the town together in town square. Get them all close together, because it doesn't have a fantastic reach. You are currently, as the former associates of the mayor, the voice of the people. You are the best to have control here now. And we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. 1, we need to find this thing. 2, well, we may be going to march off towards Azezzar. You should probably start working on shoring up defenses as well.
They kind of look at each other, but if we build defenses, they'll attack.
I mean, they're going to attack either way at this point.
Yes, it doesn't really matter. They're going to attack.
But hopefully we can head them off and stop them from attacking.
A couple of them are like, Sabella, you're the one who's done all of this fighting stuff. How do we defend the town?
First, I know some of you aren't built for this. Just case it's a case of need to make sure all of you are properly escorted away from the altercation more than anything.
Where would we go?
Well, perhaps into the mines during the fight. We did clear them.
We did clear out some of the gnolls there.
You guys
If
do
they're going to
recall
be
you
a
did
bother?
clear out all of the obsidian golems or magma elementals. And while the obsidian golems can be suppressed if Helja's in their presence, the magma elementals are territorial.
But unless the dragon comes out and eats them, the exit area was clear. It has water for them.
True, they could hide in that entrance cave by the waterfall. Because the dragon can't come out through the waterfall. It's too narrow.
But the general idea is we have a reason to get everyone in the town together, and then we can very easily look at everyone, see if it's here, and a good excuse would be fortifying the town.
All right, yeah, we'll get everyone gathered up and start getting them into the mine. But there isn't enough room in into the mine's entrance to fit the 300 people plus that live here.
Well, how many might actually be capable of doing something outside of the mines?
There's a couple of hunters that are okay with a bow, but they're the only ones that have any experience in this kind of thing.
Well, bunch of you have been so you've got a bunch of hunters who are good with bows. You've got a bunch of miners who know how to swing a pickaxe. Sword weapons slightly bit lighter, so they should technically have some experience
One
with
of them's
bows.
like, I know how to swing a pickaxe, but I don't know how to fight like a soldier. I don't.
Well,
Perhaps foolish idea, but why don't they go up the mountain?
Oh, we can't. We can't go up there. People don't come back from the peak.
Yeah, we don't know what's up there. We haven't even been there ourselves.
It's hallowed ground, is it not?
very.
Helja knows that.
I think.
Well, going up there does sounds like it could be a good idea if but again, we would want to check it out if we go up there. First.
Well, first, maybe we should just get rid of this little parasite in our midst, then we can worry about the next step.
I mean, the point is to get the town to talk about it anyways. They can come up with an idea, probably. They know what they're capable of.
They're kind of looking at each other like they don't know how to handle this kind of a situation.
We'll make it easy.
Trust me. Sibylla doesn't either. She's more concerned for all of their safety more than anything.
We'll make it easy. They've not gone to work yet, mostly, so just gather them in the town square, and tell them, there's an announcement, something like that, and while they're all together, we'll have a look.
All right, yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we can announce the mayor's death. Yeah, the people should know, anyways. Definitely.
I wouldn't be surprised if most of them already knew. You know how rumors get around.
There's been word, yeah. So they're like, yeah, we'll start gathering everyone up and head out.
That's part one.
Spell, if you want to patrol, keep an eye out for anybody who is acting suspicious. You know this town better than we do. You know its people.
course, of course. I need to watch out before they arrive.
Question though, if we've got hundreds of people in the square and we find our culprit in the middle of them, well, how do I avoid, one, not incinerating the host, and two, not incinerating everyone else if it leaves the host?
How about you don't incinerate?
I wasn't planning to let you know who had it until after the gathering, in which we could just take the person out the way and deal with the problem away from the crowds,
That's probably wise.
rather than just attacking someone in the middle of the crowd and where it could go into someone else, or they could get in the way thinking that we're attacking for no reason.
And noises.
So yeah, we don't really want to pick any fight with the town in front of the town.
But
Cat just spilled my drink all over my keyboard.
is it mechanical?
Yeah.
Ah, you should be fine then.
Yeah, just after.
Just the thing is, Helja, once we pick one person out and we start, stalking them, it becomes a problem because they get suspicious.
Well, that's the thing. Well, I could so we locate the person, figure out who's got it. I take a look at them, see what objects, see what they've got on them, see if they've got any fancy on them, and then I'll locate the object whilst we've regrouped, and then we just go walk up to the guy later on.
How do we know it's not going to jump before then anyways?
I could double check the person just before we deal with them.
And we might,
The thing about double checking is if it leaves, they die.
That's also true.
we might have to partly rely on, these people to make a convincing reason to have gathered them all that doesn't cause suspicion.
But the thing knows we know about it is that
You can hear some people starting to gather outside. Not many. The word has to spread, but.
Leosai, do you not have something that doesn't involve incineration?
Oh. Well, I have some options. I mean, if it's outside of the body, just, I could freeze it, magic missiles, things of that nature.
Who's what now?
Well,
What was that?
Yeah, I heard you were overwritten by something else.
Oh, well, I said if it leaves the body, I can just freeze it, magic missiles, things of that nature.
I mean, Helger, for the purposes of this, you'll be focusing on finding it. You won't be able to do something else. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're going to be trying something that will get it out of its body. So all you need to do is be at the ready. And make sure it's not something that has a splash effect.
Well, I'll use the magic missiles. They'll follow it. So that's handy.
Yes. Everybody ready? Good with this plan then? Helja finds.
Yeah.
Certainly.
I try my thing and hope it works.
And I have
The
my
other
spell at the
side
ready.
destroys. And Sabella
Alright.
keeps everybody in check.
So what do you want me to do when I found it then?
Because you don't have message, I do. Do you have anything? What's the best way you could give me a signal so that I could just message you to know that you're ready?
Maybe it's just a hand sign.
I got Sibylla technically has the life cantrip.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
but that
also
would be
have
very
the life
obvious.
cantrip.
Yeah, the problem is that would be too obvious. How about when you find them, you trip and fall? Just like intentionally fall over. It's not as suspicious. You're in the middle of a crowd. Stumbling is a thing.
I mean, I can try.
Sounds
Yeah, I can
reasonable
try.
enough.
We just need to. It's got to be something that wouldn't arouse too much suspicion. And then I'll message you. You confirm. I come over to help you up. And then we get the person.
Sorry, there was a bunch of noise outside. I had to mute my mic.
Sounds like
here.
you're outside.
I got it. Sorry, folks.
I don't think we're ready though.
One more.
Yeah, problem is we need the GM.
Well, when she gets back, we'll just say, "Hey, we did it."
Yeah, we did it. Isabella, you understand your role in this?
Yes, make sure everybody stays in line and nobody gets hurt.
And keep an eye out for people who are trying to avoid the group, i.e. hiding in their house and stuff like that.
Okay. It does take a little bit of time. Takes probably close to 2 hours for them to gather everybody in the village up into the main square.
I mean, like, I would love to effectively just be refreshing guidance on myself, but that'd be, you know.
Yeah. So once they've got everyone gathered, one of the people comes in and is like, looks to you. She's got. She's wearing fairly common clothes with a bit of green, has brown hair. She was one of the people that was in here talking, but she says, we've gathered everyone if you want to check them. Everyone's really worried about what this is about. We didn't tell much, just that we had to talk about the mayor and his passing, and that the people from outside the village want to talk to them.
So one of you is going to be making the proper announcement. The best way to put it would be, it was an assassination by Azezzar because he felt that the mayor was getting out of line. We'll make something else up.
I'm not very good at lying. I can try.
We can't really exactly tell them the truth.
I thought that's what you were going to do. You said you were going to make sure that we were all safe from whatever killed them.
Yes, we're going to take care of that, but we can't tell them the truth before we've revealed it, because it'll get suspicious.
Yes, you see.
This thing blends in with the people.
Yes,
but
if it knows we're looking for it, it's just going to run away. So we need it to not know. That's why they're gathered. You see?
But what about the rest of the people? If I try to lie to them, they're going to be suspicious.
Well, it's not a lie if they're announcing the death of the mayor. It's true.
Well, give them what you...
I don't like having to do this either, but it's our only shot.
Yeah.
No, actually figure out where this thing is hiding.
They might listen to you, Sabella.
Yes, Sabella, why don't you do it?
thing. I call it a thing.
I don't-
Annoyingly, I'm the best liar in the group too.
I don't imagine Helga will need long, so it doesn't need to be anything overly elaborate.
Yeah, just some waffling. Is that the right word? I think that's the word.
I don't know.
Buy time. That's really all you need to do.
Yes.
A eulogy.
Ah, there's a thought.
Okay. I'll try.
All the mayor's assistants, whoever worked in there, they can give words, a eulogy of his passing. It's not a lie. You might not have liked him the best, but you worked for him. You'd have something to say, right?
Yeah. He treated us pretty well. I mean, I can try and do that.
Because then you're not lying.
And remember, you don't have to be perfect, you just have to keep them, together and not suspicious. That's all.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try.
And
She's like, okay, I'll go try and do that. And you can see her hands are shaking.
let's see. I mean, I'm pretty sure she's washed up. I just like to, prestidigitation, tidy up their clothes, make them look
Okay.
extra presentable.
You make her look really nice.
Yeah. Dad, now go get them.
Okay. She steps outside, and you can hear her kind of muffled through the wall a bit. You guys are still inside. She says, "Everybody, I need to talk to you. Recently, our dear mayor, Vincent, I can't remember the name I do, has passed away, and I heard he was assassinated by the Lord Azezzar, and you hear the whole crowd start to just erupt into arguing and fading in fear.
Again, I would like to,
We'd better
as
do this quickly.
you just suggested, that I make my way out. I will. How sort of large is this crowd?
There's over 300 people.
Quite large.
So, let's see. Like a wharf during a holiday. I don't think you would understand Times Square.
Times Square is thousands.
Really?
Yeah, I would like to. I would like to head out and pass and be like, my condolences, and sort of aiming for the rough center of the crowd. I imagine they're fairly grouped up. I got this as well, just in case. Calm emotion, sort of in the center of it, just to try and bring them down a bit.
And just remember, you can't do both though, because it is concentration.
It is concentration, but I can switch. Yeah, but once they've calmed down,
it doesn't. What's your spell?
It doesn't head through. Yeah, it doesn't go through really.
Yeah, the crowd is in too much of an uproar, and they're starting to panic. You can. It's really hard to get a good read on the the state of the crowd and really hear a lot of what's being said. But you do hear someone say, "Well, it's finally time. You guys are all going to get us killed." And then just someone throws a punch, and a riot starts to break out. And the girl's like, "I'm sorry, like everyone, please." And she's trying to frantically calm everything down.
Then I would like to. I mean, this is definitely going to be the best way to get their attention. I'm just going to point it straight up so nobody gets hit. I'm going to fire off a lightning bolt just into the air.
You point your paw up after doing your little shuffle dance and practically disco stance as the huge crackling lightning bolt blasts into the sky, and everyone goes and turns and stops for a second. One, like a couple of them are holding each other like mid-fight. Like,
everybody, calm down. You're not in any danger. We're going to do what we can. We've already talked to your mayor's assistant. We were talking to the mayor before his unfortunate passing, but we've been talking. We will go down ourselves and prevent any attempt on attacking this village. And as you can plainly see, we are not weaklings. We can definitely handle them ourselves. Last time I encountered Azezzar, I nearly took him down myself. It was just too quick for me.
make a straight persuasion check. No advantage or disadvantage.
26.
All right. The crowd kind of looks at you, a couple of them nodding, and they're like, all right, if he can do something about Azezzar, yeah, if they can take care of us, then we won't have to work anymore. Yeah, we can just live our life. Everyone's like arguing a bit amongst themselves because there's still a bit of tension in the group about you guys handling it. A couple of them are come forward. One of them is like, how are you going to beat him?
Just whilst this is happening, I don't know if you've seen, but I'm walking around to casting detect good and evil and good, and just wandering around trying to see if I can locate it.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you're wandering through the crowd, as all of this is going on, and they're talking, trying to see anything, you don't notice anything. You do notice, well, there's an old lady, looks like a bit of a merchant, that is picking up as Faye.
Mm-hmm.
But that is it.
Okay. We'll just sort of walk back to the back of the crowd and just look over to Kuma and shake my head.
Yeah. So what did the lady ask just before? She asked, "How are we gonna?"
Someone stepped forward from the crowd,
Yeah.
random villager, and was like, "How are you gonna beat him?"
Well, basically like what I just did there. Gonna zap him.
We've beaten him in battle before, and he ran like a coward.
We were unprepared last time, but this time we will be ready for him.
Look, their forces fell easily, even when we were unprepared.
And to be honest, we were basically at our weakest. We barely had anything to our name at the time.
All right, but what are we supposed to do? What if they attack the town or have more numbers than you?
Well, you know.
Azezzar says they have an army, and we've seen them come with these flying creatures.
Well, you know the terrain better than we do. Do you not have any places you can take shelter? Forests, mountain areas, things of that nature.
A couple of them look at each other and they're discussing. They're like, "Not for this many people for that long. We could hide in the mines. Mines aren't exactly, but we'd be safe. We could do that. What about the creatures in the mine? I don't know. They don't bother us while we're working."
Ah, that's a good point. Just pretend to be working.
Yes, and those of you who don't work in the mines, well, the upper area near the exit, that's perfectly clear.
Just don't go behind the waterfall.
Well, a couple of them kind of look at you. Well, what's behind the waterfall?
Oh, it's a drop off.
Yeah, it's just... We almost lost somebody over there.
Oh, okay. They start talking amongst each other, trying to come up with, who's going to carry supplies, how much they're going to get down there.
Yeah. I think you can do it. You have been working together for so long. You can do this.
The crowd's attitude has definitely shifted to a more positive one, and they are trying to come up with a plan and figure everything out amongst themselves. And you can see a couple people are heading off in groups, looking like they're heading towards places to get supplies.
Oh, well, that could have ended worse.
Yeah, I was almost ready to tell them that we might have a dragon on our side soon. How's that project coming along, Helja?
No luck. No luck, I'm afraid. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, so I just got the connection to servers being interrupted, so I was worried it cut out.
We heard you. That's just Roll20 being Roll20.
Of course.
How much more time do you think you need?
Did you catch that, Death?
Huh?
How much more time do you think you'll need, Helja?
That's the thing. I don't know. I can't. My project's not being successful here.
You guys see Hardin coming up the stairs back from the crowd as most of it's starting to disperse, and he says, "I want to help you fight."
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do you want to do?
I know how to swing my hammer, and I don't want to see these people hurt. Whatever Azezzar throws at us, I'm not going to call him Lord, but whatever he throws at us, I want to stand with you.
Is this the guy who basically tried to do the same thing in the mines?
Yeah.
What would it be to gauge him?
The real question is, do we even have any shields made?
You don't have any shields.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Helger can make one in an hour.
Well, it's very noble sentiment, but we're sending people who aren't used to being in the wilderness out to shelter there. You might serve them better by protecting them as they travel.
You're right.
And you are also at least known by the creatures in the mine?
Well, Sibel, I'll do myself to keep my best to keep everyone safe.
That's all I ask for. It's like you don't need to feel indebted.
Well, this would I've always wanted to fight alongside you. I have been busy in the mines, and I hate how we're not free. And
If all goes to plan, very soon you will be.
and thanks to you, so these people came here. You brought them to us.
Yes. That didn't work out, yeah.
I'll keep them safe.
Understood.
He begins to walk away to...
Frosty, would it be an insight to actually gauge?
Yeah, at disadvantage.
What was that about disadvantage? I nullify it.
He might be pretty fit from working in the mines, but it doesn't look like he has any real combat experience.
He can hit hard, but that's if he hits, sort of situation.
Yeah, if he hits.
He's not proficient in weapons, but he's got a good strength score.
It's more like once I actually start hanging out, I just throw in a bless in there. After we take care of this big mean Azezzar.
All right, so what are you guys doing?
If Heldra's still detecting evil, the Osai asks him if Harden reads is clean.
Yeah. Well, if it lasts for 10 minutes, so
He was still up. He was clean.
Okay.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, you didn't detect any of those creatures amongst the people, except for
There was a
the
Fey
one
woman
person that
earlier.
showed up. Fey.
Favorman earlier, quite
Yeah,
old.
that's what I was saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, are you saying that in character?
Yeah, I'm trying to relay that in character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was a Fey woman, quite old, but nothing.
Wait,
Else?
Fey woman? Which one?
Yeah. Fairly old lady. Try and point her out.
She's not in the crowd anymore.
Oh,
Did you get a good look at her?
It's probably not important, really. I mean, this wouldn't show up as Fae, after all.
Did she have pointy ears?
Did she have pointy ears?
Yes.
You know, you can't recall. You were trying to look at so many people.
Can't say. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if she came up Fae, but honestly, I can't say. I was too busy looking for other stuff. You know how it is.
well. Just a bit suspicious of somebody in town. It's probably nothing, though.
Helga, make an insight check.
Inside.
Yeah. Okie dokie.
I'm rolling well today.
Well, we have them cooperating. That's a good start. Problem is, we had most, or if not all of them here, and it's not here.
Make an insight check, everybody.
That'll be at 20.
Either it wasn't in a villager, or it's not one of those kinds of creatures.
I mean, that covers quite a wide range of creatures, so...
Yeah, you'd have to be dealing with something pretty different.
I'm pretty sure the only thing... like, construct and... Let's see, construct, dragon, and beast are like the only things not on that list. So... Doesn't seem like something a beast would do.
Monstrosity?
Monstrosities tend to be massive, though. Hence the term monstrosity. Like an owlbear. I had a friend way back in the day who swore he wrestled an owlbear.
Maybe it just, didn't come back.
I would say with your guys' insights, you guys would realize the potential that you might be dealing with something that has never been known before.
Something that quote-unquote doesn't have a creature type.
Yeah.
Or it could be an ooze.
Oh yeah, that's
It could be an ooze. It could be something that would be classified as a monstrosity. It could be a creature type that's never been encountered before.
And then there's one more thing that Kuma's now actually worried about. Because it's Kuma.
Yeah.
Well, we don't actually know how long this thing can survive outside of a person. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a person.
Yep.
What if it... We were in town for basically all day yesterday. What if it went out to the Drake?
Well, that's a thought. Or it could be in Bin, wherever he is.
Both have disappeared, and it didn't seem like that Drake would have wanted to go back home. I really hope it's not.
Well,
Just me, I don't either.
For the moment, assuming we didn't have that to deal with, what would be our next step now that we have the villagers in line?
Start our march.
Well, I wonder what to do. We've basically publicly announced what we're going to do, so it's not like it has something new to report.
You could go through the mines and then through the swamp again to try and get up to Armiston Keep. You could go over the mountains the way Azezzar did when he ran to try and get to the keep. You could wander off into the woods and see what's there, or you could head up the mountain. Depends on what your objectives are.
Well, we don't feel like... Kuma doesn't feel like we have enough time to go to Caldera, come back, and then march down.
Well, you know that, like, it took you guys through the pass 5 days to get to the Dwarven city.
But they have...
And that's cutting through the mountains. Going over the mountains,
with
even
things
with flight.
Things that can fly faster than Azezzar.
True, and that's going full, but it's still, you guys have been here for about 2 days.
Exactly.
And he has to get there and back. So you're looking at, even if he's traveling fast.
They would have to get their army together, and they'd also have to, even if they dashed over the mountains, they'd still have to have a day to rest. Because you don't want to go charging into battle exhausted.
Yeah, well, gathering the army is
close to a week.
I don't think gathering the army is going to be at all difficult, given that this thing has shown some sort of capability of telepathy and mind control already. It could probably just announce to its army telepathically, go.
Yep, it's gonna be annoying.
How far does Helga could sense that the consecration and the direction specifically it's coming from, how far away is it?
It continues all the whole 8-hour walk that you guys can see it takes to hike up the mountain as far as she can see, and it heads all the way down into the mountain range, but doesn't extend much further past that.
We can always do the 8-hour walk to see what's up. See what we can see up the top.
It's true.
Yeah.
We're going to fight an army. We need an arsenal. There might be something up there.
Yeah. Probably we could get that dragon.
Yeah, we do want that.
Helja, you don't have the time to make the stuff for the dragon before they arrive. There's no way it'd be possible. Like, you could take the time to prepare the environment for the coming fight. If you can, if you can try and anticipate where they're going to attack from. Kuma, you're right. If they were able to relay telepathically what was going on and send the army that way, all Azezzar would have to do is camp, find a good place to camp, and then send whatever flying creatures they had over, and they'd be attacking tomorrow. So really, it could be any time, but like, the thing is it could literally be any day between tomorrow morning and the next 8 days.
Yeah.
Well, if it's currently coming up to midday now, we have time to go up and come back, and we can get some of the townsfolk who are wanting to try and start building.
Yeah.
Some rough fences.
Well, it's around midday now.
Yeah.
So if it's 8 hours up, you're looking at being 10 p.m. by the time you get there, unless there's anything difficult along the journey. Whatever goes on there, then even if it's just looking around and then heading back, you're looking at 6 a.m. by the time you get back. And there may or may not be time after that.
Yeah. So, quick question. How far is it from the town to the entrance to the mines?
It's like a 10-minute walk.
Yeah, because
Not far.
there's something I kind of want to do. I do kind of think maybe, yes, it might be the best idea to go up the mountain at this point. By the time we get back, if they're going to be here, they'll be on the horizon. If not, then we know that they don't have an accelerated means of getting here. Simple enough, right?
Yep, sounds like a plan.
However, there is something I want to do. We're not going to be able... It's just something I found that I need to deliver to somebody. Well, it's something, technically. Leosai?
Yes?
Just so that I don't get left behind, and you guys can start going, do you think you could cast fly on me? Increase my speed.
Oh, well, why not? And Leosai will cast fly upon Kuma as requested.
Okay.
So yeah, he's going to go to the mines as they start heading up. And given that I can dash without getting exhausted, I should be able to get back very quickly.
Yeah.
So just to tell you what I want to do is, I want to take the letter that talks about the dragon to the dragon.
Okay.
Did the letter mention a name for the baby dragon?
It did not.
Okay.
It just said that the egg had hatched and he was raising the dragon.
Okay.
Baby.
And what was that guy's name?
Oh. Oh, I can't remember. Oh, it was a really long week. So we'll just have to change it. If anyone wants to write down, we'll say his name is.
Can we call him Salem just because it's such a good name?
Sure. Yeah.
This would literally be the town of Salem.
Oh yeah. Oh sweet. And it's kind of perfect because they don't understand magic and they kind of don't like it.
All right. So yeah, we'll say his name was Salem.
And there's a witch in town.
Technically, yes. I'll put that in bio under. Here.
Okay. So you guys are gonna be a moment. Kuma, you fly in. Do you go in through the waterfall, or do you try and find the crack in the ceiling of the cave?
Did I last time as I was chasing Azezzar above the mountain? Did I not get a glimpse of it?
No.
Okay.
You would have to search.
Yeah. So to not waste time, I'm just going to go through the waterfall.
Okay. You go through the waterfall and you fly around and see the dragon sleeping on his treasure hoard.
I would like to use Mage Hand, quite simply Mage Hand, and set the ladder on his talons, I guess.
Feeling the gentle thing set against his talon, one hand kind of one of his claws and talons slaps the other one, and it's pinning the letter and destroying the mage hand.
I don't mind it. And then I'd use message to just simply say, I do apologize that we're not quite ready with the rings yet, but I feel like you might be interested in a small read.
It arches its back and kind of tilts its head back, opening up, and just bursts of fire shoots out towards the ceiling. Why are you always waking me up? Something
again,
for me. He's looking around in front of you.
It's
Oh boy.
It's under your claw. It's from a man named Salem.
He moves over looks at the piece of paper and carefully with one of his talons kind of moves the paper onto the stone, holding it there with one talon. You can see his eyes kind of squinting to adjust and read it.
Would you like some help?
Looks at you kind of glaringly.
I could hold it up with the mage.
I don't need any help, but if one was to offer their service of reading it out of respects, I would not refuse.
Well, I was thinking of using minor illusion to basically blow it up. You know.
Make an insight check.
Let's see. How well am I doing today? Come on. I am going to use. Don't worry. I'm going to use that. That's the replacement for the thing I was using before,
Okay.
basically.
Inspiration?
Yeah, but I can use my inspiration, but I can't use that ability again because I can use it only once per roll.
Yeah.
It sucks, but that's how it be.
It just put me back at the original roll.
That is awful. All right, so you make the giant illusion, and the dragon looks it over, his eyes squinting and looking at it. Says, "Well, what?" He just swipes it with his claw and sits down. You don't think he would have been able to read it that fast.
Well, I did read it. I will. I mean, nobody can read that fast. Not even Leosai can read that fast. And she's smart. Actually, didn't there used to be a spell in 3.5 that let you read like a page of text in a few seconds?
I think so.
I would recite what I read.
He turns and you can see the expression on his face shift a few times as he processes the information. I do recall the fiery one. And the gems of him and his lover. Are you saying the one Salem cared about is alive? And that's how you got this letter?
Yes. I found this letter in Salem's tower. But the specific man that these things talk about, that from what I've read of some of his notes and journals, and from what's my allies, at least one of them you met previously. No, actually, no. Some of my allies that you didn't meet previously have met the man named Delafrid. He is still alive.
And he fights the Whispers?
He, from what I know, built a kingdom that cannot be invaded by the Whispers. He built a wall that keeps it all out.
Where?
To the south. Far to the south. However, I would obviously say, I know you probably want to go see him. You should have. It's going to take a bit more time. You should wait until we finish those rings for you. As soon as you leave this place, as soon as you leave this mountain, you're at risk.
He blasts fire at the side of the cave wall. And he's like, no! It must be known. He was broken after. It must be known. He turns. He starts just ripping chunks out of the mountain wall, blasting with the fire.
I implore you to cease. If you go there and you get taken control of, you would instead kill him. Do you really want that?
You see several bits of the ore fall out, and he just starts eating them.
Oh, that's not going to go very good.
And he blasts a couple bits of it with his dragon fire and like rolls his head around in it.
Dragons. Grapes.
Just tell him he looks majestic and he'll be fine.
He
Yeah,
looks at you. I will not return for my horde. And the stones
You might
should
not-
stay united like they should have been. You may keep them.
You might not return at all. Anywhere. I still
He
worry.
roars like triumphantly, and he's like, I can make it that far.
If you do, I guarantee your safety in that place from what I've heard. As long as you yourself are not corrupted, you should be able to get past that wall.
Thank you. The wings start to unfurl, and you can see the bits of stone and dirt that have just piled up on it over the ages of just resting in this cave.
Might I
Crumbling
know your
off of it.
name? Might I know your name so I can speak your legend?
Trask. Yep.
I was wondering if it was going to be K or Q-U-E like Tarask. Trask. Trask the Determined.
He puffs out his chest a little bit.
Used to be a bard. I'll remember that name. And,
I will remember you.
stay safe. Should warn you, aside from the corruption, down towards the keep at the bottom of the mountain, might be an army of sorts. Just a bit of a warning.
I will make sure they get your regards.
Thank you.
And he turns, and you can see him sort of taking a moment to build up his fire breath as he's angling up towards the ceiling.
I would like to help, because I have a diamond now. I would like to fire a chromatic orb of acid at the wall, where he looks like he's pointing.
He's pointing at the crack, like he's gonna blow the.
Yeah. I'd like to weaken it a bit more with a ball of acid then.
He hits it with the fire,
nice.
and the whole cave starts to come down. So you guys are walking up the mountain a little bit. You're hiking. It's been 10 minutes. You're still within sight of the city, and the ground starts to shake. He goes, look around. And you turn, and you can see the mountains just beyond the town, like where the ridge is, cracking and starting to crumble in.
Well, I'd still have supply left, so follow suit.
Are you flying back out through the waterfall, or?
I'm following him.
You are going to need to make 4 deck saves. He doesn't have to worry about it. He's just shrugging off all the debris that's
I'm just trying to think. If I used my fire shield, would that help?
What does that do?
As actual fire shield rather than basically coats me in fire.
Probably not.
I've got that. I have actual shield. And oh wait, I can misty step while in midair.
How many times?
I have 5 spell slots left.
Because you could use shield for each of them. You could misty step away from each of them. You could do a mixture of both.
I feel like shield would give me advantage, whereas Misty Step would actually just avoid the check altogether.
Yeah.
I would rather do the avoid the check altogether for
Okay.
at least the more difficult ones, like probably the first two. I'll Misty Step,
Okay.
and then shield for the second two, because the first two are going to be I'm deep in the cave where most of it is falling.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Make your 2 dex saves at advantage.
Of course.
Okay.
And I think, let me just check. I think I can only do this for ability checks, yes. So I can only do that for ability checks. And then
you teleport past the main section of the cave coming in, and one of the several stalagmites fall down on you like a rain of spears and slice open the sides and seams of your fur for 21 points of damage. And
what type? Because
slashing.
Okay, so it is slashing. Well, that isn't that convenient that it's not bludgeoning, the one thing I'm resistant to.
And then a large section of where the crack is tilts in and breaks into just 100 pieces raining down on you for the second one. This is bludgeoning.
So I'm only resistant to bludgeoning, so 38. Okay.
A lot of the smaller bits of stone just break against your shield and bounce off of you. And as you're flying out, you see probably about half of the villagers running out of the cave.
They were already evacuating here?
The cave is... Yeah, they were already making their way there. So yeah, half the villagers are running out of the cave.
See, I got there before them, so I didn't even know they were coming in yet.
And the other half that are there, you assume, are probably running deeper in.
Also, I just realized something that would have worked probably a lot better than shield. Magic missile.
It's sort of the asteroid philosophy of, one big impact or a whole bunch of little impacts. You don't destroy... You break up the mass, you don't destroy the mass.
Yeah, but before the last one, magic missile just shattered a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. And you fly back. So yeah, the rest of you are watching as the whole section of that mountain starts to crumble and collapse in. You see the gigantic, it is a huge dragon, fly out. Its wings unfurled. You can see all the bits of rubble and rock and debris that are piled up on it falling off, and seeing the red scales start to come through, and it heads south.
Oh.
And then Kuma comes flying up right behind it towards you guys.
Oh, that wasn't the plan that I know of.
And fly would probably end.
Yeah.
I know it doesn't heal. I know it doesn't restore hit points, but I will use my mending to at least close up seams.
Yeah. So you don't have the fluffing sticking out.
That went quite differently from expected.
Yes, why did it leave the cave?
Was that you've caught up to us now, or?
Yeah.
So, is he wanting the rings or is he not?
He doesn't want them anymore, but I still think we should make them. In his honor.
Well, what's he doing exactly?
They just won't be under priority order anymore.
You got something else then?
Not really. His hoard is available, however, it is buried under a mountain now.
Right. Do you know where he's off to?
The Lofren.
Helja?
Tell me,
You
How
just
long
saw a dragon destroy a section of mountain and is going after the person that recruited you.
how long do you reckon it's going to take for him to get to the city?
Let's see, he's a
Must be.
fully grown dragon. He's been sleeping for a long time. He's got plenty of energy, I'm sure. Day or two?
Is he hostile?
Oh, no. He was raised by Delafrin's best friend.
Okay.
Possibly boyfriend. Not sure.
Just so you know, I can't let Delafrin know until tomorrow. If he's still alive, that is. I haven't actually checked in on him yet. I keep meaning to, but keep forgetting.
From what you told to me about him, he's crazy. Do you think that's going to work anyways?
I can tell his housekeeper.
That'd work.
As you're just picturing the reaction of when his housekeeper gets the psychic magical message that there's a dragon on its way.
In 25 words.
Or less. In 25
Yep.
words or less, explain that a non-hostile dragon is coming to meet up with his old master's best friend.
Possibly boyfriend. XOXO. You can reply to this message.
Right, I'm gonna spend 8 hours walking up this hill trying to think about how to say that.
All right, it is a bit of a. At first, it's a nice gradual gradient, but then it does start to get much steeper. I need everyone to make an athletics check as you guys approach a large section where it looks like obsidian flowed down the mountainside and
It's
built up on a couple of trees, forming a very large cliff of sharp rock. And
how tall is it?
flowstone. It goes up about 30 feet.
I'll inspiration that roll.
If it's 30 feet, then God, I just got the spell slot back with sorcery points, but I will Misty Step.
Okay. All right. Leosai and use the inspiration on the roll. Leosai?
Yeah.
All right. So, Sibella, you are going to take 9 points of slashing damage, and Leosai, you are going to take 1.
Okay.
As it's not necessarily a difficult climb, but you keep getting cut on a lot of the sharp stone, and yeah. Your hands are getting cut up. If you slip and it scrapes your chest up.
Meanwhile, Helja with her calloused hands is perfectly fine.
I'm actually okay too because of the aid spell. Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys overcome the bit of obsidian rock and continue on your hike. You can see there's dead, burnt trees, but as you continue up, some of the trees start to become more bright and vital and living. Eventually, you hit the tree line, but it's interesting because at the actual peak, you can see there's some trees. Very few, but there are a couple. You can feel the heat and start to be able to see the heat distortion from over the peak. And as you guys are about 40 minutes away, you can see several pillars lining the very top of the peak. And you start to see, at first, just little wisps of blue light trailing through and around you. As you get within, about 30 minutes of it, you start to see more solid figures. You can't quite make them out yet. Humanoid, some lizard or dragon-like features, just stoically kind of standing. You get closer and closer, and they start to get more and more solid until, as you guys approach the peak, you can see there are just a bunch of armored, really ancient-looking armor, wielding spears, dragon-looking ghosts, like the dragonborn-looking ghosts. There are a few trees. You can see bits of magma flow, but all in all, the place looks really vital. There's cracks in the stone. And as you get much closer to the pillars, it looks like there's an old broken wall that's crumbled over time. There's two of the ghosts standing guard, and then one forms, and he's a little bigger than the others, the armor much more innate, with this long golden spear that looks real, not ghostly. That it seems to be made out of gold. It's a long, ornate handle, lots of intricate carvings and designs on it, and it splits into two prongs that round out. They form almost like a sun shape and then go into 2 points at the tip that are so close together. There's a gap between them, but it basically forms a single spear tip. And Leosa, yeah, your other character could be here, theoretically, that you were wanting to make, but you have a crest, so we'll have to figure out what to do with that.
Really, what?
We'll think on it. Oh, just something we've been talking about. No worries. Carry on as normal.
It steps forward, and it is just a complete ghost. Everything about it looks spectral and ghostly, except for the spear. It says, "I am Kedim Enkidu of Uruk. Who art thou?" His large face staring at you intently. He has almost a mohawk of frills going along his head. Two large twisting horns, one of them broken halfway up, another just missing the tip, and you can see damage to the armor.
And Leosa is just very forward about her answer. She says, "We are different people from different times, all of us compelled to come here by these." And she pulls up her sleeve to show her dragon mark.
Yeah, something about some prophecy in the end of the world. Done best we came here.
We have watched the Hall of Prophecy since ageless times. Those with the mark may pass the gate and face the trial.
Trial?
Yes, what trial exactly?
If you choose to brave it, you will face it. And he steps aside and gestures the spear open towards inside the gate, through past the wall. And you can, like, you guys are just on sort of you're looking up the hill at him, and you can see it peaks in the caldera where the wall is, and then it looks like it drops down into, so you can't quite see into the area.
I'd like to just walk up to this sort of crack and just peer down.
You see...
Pick up a stone, cast light on it, and drop it.
It drops about 500 feet, and you don't need the light, you can just see down, but there's a bunch of lava flow beneath, just pure lava. You can see
You
a
may
couple
want to walk around
sections
that
of
crack.
stone, but
Well, we've come this far to see this place. Hardly stop now.
What's the worst that can happen, other than we drop a teddy bear into lava? Oop. Of course, we wouldn't really want to do that, do we? Walks back over to Kuma and gives him a hug.
Yeah,
Depends
that's
on
why
the-
you're going to be
doesn't
carrying
want
me over the crack.
We can walk around it.
Yeah, still no, you're carrying me.
My pleasure. I am carrying Kuma.
oh, okay.
And I just sort of went around. I think I can.
Yeah. All right. As you guys go up and over the ridge, they allow you to pass.
Ooh.
By the way, this place isn't going to be weird with me because I'm a ghost, right?
They
Well-
just stare at you.
They're ghosts. I
Yeah,
don't
exactly,
think they want
that's
to
why I was
judge.
worried.
They seem to be watching Kuma far more intently than any of the others.
Yeah, see, I'm worried. For so very many reasons.
As you look out, you can see it. The lip of the caldera ends in some broken stone. It looks like there was a surface here and ruins that have collapsed into the mountain. And you can feel the heat. It is hotter than even down in the actual volcano. The light radiating upward from everything. And across you can see there's a bunch of sections of ruins just floating over the lava. Helge, as you kind of peek over, you can see dead bodies and skeletons. There's broken statues and crumbled bits. There's also large, huge crystalline formations of the ore, completely pure, growing out of sections.
Well, I wonder if the trial is just getting across the land.
Well, how far down is this bit?
That's just angled down and it levels off. It heads down at the edge here of this finished marble, what looks like was once a walkway, is about 15 feet down.
Okay, and then this bit is 500 foot down.
500 from where all the platforms are floating.
Okay. So this bit's not float. This bit's in the lava. This bit's floating, and that's 500 foot up as well.
That's floating at the same level as this.
So basically,
Okay.
the paved parts are floating.
Yeah.
Okay.
And these are people that have fallen to their death.
Yep.
Absolutely perfect.
Yep, good to know.
So I'm assuming that all we're supposed to do is get across.
That might
Yep.
be the trial, or it might not.
The trial proves one's bravery and strength.
And vulnerability to fire. Yes.
And the ghosts come up and form formation as if to impede.
Retreat.
Yeah.
Given that I don't want to expend my 4th level spell slot to get protection from energy fire.
Since Sabella hasn't stepped onto it, onto the actual over the rim yet, they don't seem to pay her any heed.
Well, I guess there's no backing out.
Oh, still going in there. She's going in as well. Let's look at it over with.
All
Either
right.
do it or die trying.
All right.
Well, let's see. I have some spells that could help me across, but what about the rest of you?
I do have Misty Step as well.
My spells are limited. All I can really do right now is protect myself from incinerating instantaneously a little bit.
I think it's just clearly a case of like
Clearly a case of what?
nothing. So how high are these platforms?
They are 500 feet above the lava.
And assuming one were to start here, how far is it to go completely across, like feet-wise?
Yeah, is this map accurate?
Yeah.
Then I can, unless something prevents me, I can take one person and dimension door all the way to the other side.
Given that this is a trial of bravery and strength, it
Strength
probably
of
got.
mind, arcane strength.
Well, strength-wise, I can make all those jumps by the looks of it.
Easily.
This was gonna put up. Yeah. I feel like short range teleportation, maybe not a problem, but most likely that thing over there are wards against teleportation.
I'm proving my magical strength. They have to be reasonable.
But that's also cheating.
Not cheating.
I'm like,
they're
I would
dancing.
love for that to be an option, but I don't think they're gonna make it that easy.
Alright, just want to double check with the ghosties here. Do all of us have to? Does everyone who's taking the trial have to make it across? Just one person have to make it across, and then the trial's completed, and everyone else can get across some safe way.
The prophecy you seek that the Gedim have watched over must be accessed by all at once for those who pass the trial.
So we all need to be there.
Those
Any
who
rules?
survive.
Yes, good point. Are there any rules?
You must show virtue and nobility, purity of spirit and soul. You must be above the thing that you seek to destroy.
That's very vague. It's not cheating, Kuma. It's magical strength. I never cheat, you know that.
Well, do you want to be yeeted or not?
Given that I don't think Dimension Door is going to work, yes.
Yeet. Aiming to hit the statue there. Well, I can chuck Kuma there and he's going to drift towards the statue, but yeah.
This is not going to be my most graceful day. I
I
don't
mean,
even
you
know.
could try the Dimension Door if it does. The only thing is, if it doesn't work, you'll still burn the spell slot.
All right, yeah, you're able to toss Kuma over the ledge.
And with my controlled slow fall, I don't think I'd get all the way to the statue, but I'd get there. Like,
Can Eldra throw Leosai?
how much does Leosai weigh?
Not much. Just a thin elf. I've never thought of a weight. She's very, reluctant about this.
I mean, she could try.
But the difference is,
like, you are still person-sized. You may you're an elf, so you're a little lighter, but you've got a lot of stuff on you,
including some heavy spell books.
I think you can most likely.
I don't even need to roll for that.
I'm thinking I could probably throw you 5-10 feet, but you would have to catch and pull yourself up.
Yeah, I have the benefit of permanent slow fall.
Maybe I'll just Misty Step to start. That's just a small bit of teleportation. It's not cheating.
Yeah, it's exactly. That's what I was thinking. Skipping straight to the end is completely different from, jumping over a gap.
So Leosai
Another again, at least your death.
Leosai will Misty Step across.
Roll a d6.
There had to be a trick.
So I Misty Steps over to here.
Whoa, where did I go?
Randomized teleportation.
And gets attacked. Roll initiative.
None of us can see you, none of us can help.
Am only I getting attacked, or are they all attacking everyone?
I'm assuming currently you're getting attacked.
I thought I clicked it, goddammit.
Out of its reach, so its ready action doesn't go off, but death.
Oh, I thought turns out I wasn't clicked on my token.
Oh, I'm so screwed.
It could be worse. I actually got a 14, so I'm gonna put that in now.
Okay.
And that's what I've been doing.
Technically, I could use my last sorcery point because this does count as an ability check, but I don't care.
Yeah.
Leota, your turn.
So this guy's attacking, correct?
Yeah, he got it, and he formed a ghostly longsword.
Oh, I'm very not prepared for this.
That's what you get.
Well, best I can really do for him is, I guess, a scorching ray. And we'll up it a couple levels.
Okay. This one's supposed to be here. This one here. Okay. That will not hit.
Oh, really?
I don't think you can fire that many scorching rays.
When you upcast it, you get more.
Yeah, I upcasted, so I got 2 more.
The 13 won't hit, the 11 won't hit, and the 13 won't hit. And then the crit will hit, and the 15 will not.
Okay, so just the crit then.
And it doesn't seem very effective against it.
Yeah, I think Rip is pretty much the answer.
Hey man, it's almost like he looked like a red dragonborn.
I got nothing. So, in turn?
Okay. That's all of them. All right. Sabella, your turn.
Just try to get over there as quickly as possible. To what's standing there?
Ignis.
Ignis would have gone with.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she had Ignis on her shoulder, so.
Alright, I just move here, then get a good here, get a running start, and just jump across to get over that to the first platform.
Okay, yeah. You run and
That's all.
land, and the platform doesn't even shift.
Yeah, should be quiet. Land there, use up all my movement.
All right. How's
And
that?
I'm not dashing because I need to position myself for that.
20-foot jump to there. So I can get a run and jump.
Okay.
Because I was there, so 10-foot run, 20-foot jump, so I can jump to there. I can't see Leosi there, so I will turn to this person and be like, would you mind shifting out the way slightly so we can get past to get to that bit? Just sort of in the way there, I'm afraid, sir. Or ma'am. Is it a boy or a girl? I can't tell.
You can't really tell.
Yeah. My friend just kind of stood in the way there.
All right.
So that's just me asking it to move out the way, please, so we can carry on progressing.
And is that all you're doing?
I can't. I'm not attacking.
Okay.
And that's my move. That's my movement. I can't dash because it's in the way.
And it attacks Helja. Yep. And it's going to swing its Longsword at you. It misses. It's going to swing again.
That one just hits.
Man.
It's like, come on, I asked you nicely.
And the other one steps forward. Swings twice at Leosai. Miss.
I also started a new character sheet.
And miss. And they say, prove your worthiness.
Even if I fall, I die guaranteed. Because I don't know how I'd get up.
You've got to
Yeah,
pick. You've
currently
got to
the
pick
average damage from that kind
That
of
is
fall
true.
would basically incident.
Everyone make an insight check.
I don't have one sorcery point, so I'm not going to use it on anything like this.
Ooh.
Wow, all of us got
All right.
super good.
Except me, goddamn it.
You still got 19, so.
So these didn't react to the teleportation. They reacted as you guys all ran onto the various platforms. And the ones at the gate haven't reacted or drawn their weapons.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And he said what just now? Prove your worthiness or prove your bravery?
Prove your worthiness.
Ah, okay.
Kuma, your turn.
Okay, I'm going to use my last sorcery point to twin a spell. I'm going to twin a chromatic orb of thunder, and I'm also going to use one of my threads of fate to nullify the disadvantage as I hit this guy and this guy. And chromatic orb has a 90-foot range, so it definitely hits that other guy.
Okay. Roll your hit.
So this will be the guy next to Helja, and then the guy in the distance.
The 22 will hit. The 16 will not. But you notice it's not very effective against them. Roll your damage.
That is 17 thunder.
Yeah, doesn't seem very effective against them.
But I can't really do anything else. Helja, we can't get past these guys, but you could chuck me over pretty easily. Yeah, that'll be turn.
Okay. Leosai.
Well, you say prove my worthiness, and, well, worthiness comes in many forms. In my case, magical. I'm not an up-close fighter, and she knows she's screwed if she tries to face this thing toe-to-toe, so she says to hell with it and tries Dimension Door.
Roll a d6. Or sorry, d8. You appear right at the edge on this strange sigil, the same kind of thing that you landed on before.
Oh,
And you're within range, so that one gets his ready to action. That one barely hit for 13. Casters have an ego and try to face everything from the front back. Here they must face things alone.
Yes, well, if you want worthy champions, you have to take them in many forms.
Show your worth.
And Leosai is going to ready in action. The next time he lunges at her, she's going to try and dodge out of the way, hoping he just runs right off the platform. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And that'll be...
I don't think you can ready the action because this is a dimension door. Your casting action.
It was an action.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so you can't ready it.
Okay, then that's in turn.
Sabella? Sabella, you're
Getting the yellow in the way, so I'm just gonna toll the dead this damn thing. So it actually attacked us. The nearest one.
okay. And yeah, Sabella does have a reach weapon.
You're in the way.
You can literally reach through Helja.
Yeah.
You can attack through an ally space.
Yeah, you can attack your ally space, so you can stand here. But toll the dead.
Whatever. I did that anyways.
Fails.
Take the 13.
Yeah. Doesn't seem to affect him at all.
Oh, well, I tried. End of turn.
Okay. Actually, make a religion check.
What does that
Okay.
tell me?
So it seems like it's immune to the effects, but you pull in deep and draw on your faith, kind of in the greater good and doing the right thing, and focus harder on it, and the energy converts to radiant and seems very painful to him.
I gotcha.
Helja.
Okay. Just want to make sure I have this. I'm pretty sure I have it always prepared because I'm a cleric. Well, because of the type of cleric I am. Yep. I would like to bonus action Searing Smite. And this probably won't work because of it being a ghost. But I'd like to try and Sparta kick this ghost.
Okay.
Which would be a shove. So it'd be a shove attack, really. So
Yeah.
it's not actually. So I won't,
Athletics roll. Which
Yeah.
does not affect Searing Smite. Affected by Searing Smite.
yeah, it doesn't. But it's still up there for a minute in case this doesn't work.
I gotcha.
And no one's wounded. Well, Kuma might be wounded enough to warrant bonus action healing, but still.
Yeah, you kick through it as it's immaterial.
Well, I tried.
All right. The one in front of Helja is going to attack Helja, and the one in front of Leosai is going to attack Leosai. Sorry, that's Helja, Leosai, Leosai. So one hits Leosai for 10 slashing, as it gets a pretty decent, critical along your gut. Not quite as deep as it could have been. Tricks do not work here. Your magic is mighty, but it is inside your soul that we wish to see. Kuma, your turn.
Okay, so this is both a good and bad and weird idea, because this is going to make me vulnerable to fire again. But it might actually allow for some interesting things. So I'm going to drop concentration on my protection from energy, and cast protection from evil and good on myself.
Okay.
And then, can't really do anything yet, but I've got ideas for my next round. I don't have any sorcery points left, and I kind of want to save the rest of my spell slots.
Okay. Leosai, your turn.
Oh my, well, Leosai is on the spot. Ooh, this is tough. Sorry, I'm thinking, no tricks, which cuts out most of my arsenal. Magic missile? converted to radiant?
Okay.
Why would you know that, though?
True.
It's ghostly.
Reasonable. Undead, radiant, yeah. Definitely seems effective against him.
Says, fine, you want me to fight? I'll stand my ground and fight. You're going to kill me either way.
Do you fear death?
If I did, I wouldn't have made it this far.
So I actually have a question. Given that these all seem to be the same guy, when one talks, do they all talk at the same time? I guess, okay. Well, I guess Kuma would also
And
respond.
now, as you're looking, you do notice that they both bloody at the same time.
Yeah. I guess Kuma would also respond to the question and just be like, I mean, I've already died once. I'd rather not die again, but if it happens, it happens.
And so you are vulnerable. Its claws have already reached into you.
And yet I still fight on.
Sibella.
Yeah, but given that my reach weapon is currently, non-magical,
True. You don't know if it'll affect them or not. What are you doing, Sabella?
Like, it's gonna eat up my action economy, so I just switch out the spear for the halberd.
Oh, okay.
That's my turn.
Helja?
Smash.
Okay.
Wow.
That'll miss.
I'm gonna use my inspiration just to reroll that.
That'll also miss.
Wow. Okay.
As they attack, they say, what you face is different from all that has come since. You must be able to learn beyond what others have learned. Show us that you are worthy. And the one that was attacking Helja attacks Kuma twice, and the one in front of Leosai attacks Leosai twice. So
He
Kuma?
is undead, so he has disadvantage to attack me right now.
First one
That's
hits.
one. First one hits, and I can't do any. Even with shield, I can't do anything about that.
All right.
Is she close? Is Sabella close enough? I do not have to make a concentration check because I automatically pass, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's their turn. Kuma, yours.
Okay, so I'm going to do something weird now. While Kuba's basically coded in this energy specifically designed to ward off things like undead, he's going to try and do what Helja did and push this guy. And
Alright.
hoping that the energy will allow him to actually make physical contact with it.
All right.
Or do I want to... You know what? But before I do that, I will use my bonus action. I really didn't want to, but I need just to increase my odds here. I use my bonus action to burn a spell slot for some sorcery points, just so I can use them to potentially re-roll.
Okay.
I will...
That was
Oh.
8. As you kick him back off the edge, it just disappears and dissipates. And so does the other one.
I can't believe that actually worked. That was weird.
It wasn't like there was a force or anything in between that allowed you to connect. Something about the type of magic, the holy protection, allowed you to interact with them.
I mean, half of me was wondering if it was the spell or if it was the fact that I was technically a ghost too.
Could be that too.
Oh, look, they're gone. Leosai, no more teleporting, yes?
Well, I haven't yet, dear. I'm presently dying.
The one in front of the Osai disappeared.
Yeah, I noticed. This room is well lit.
Well, I do have this gigantic hole in my gut.
You're fine. That'll be turned because I think those ones disappeared, but I'm assuming that they like come in pairs or something like that.
Okay. We're out of turn order.
What's that?
I'm also going to assume flying is not going to work, Leosai, so don't try that either.
Yes, I know. None of my spells are useful here.
Hey, one of mine worked. Sadly, I cannot cast it again.
The teleportation
Actually,
worked.
It works, just not not the way I'd like it to.
Actually, how long does this last? 10 minutes? 10 minutes. So,
My internet just got out. I haven't missed anything, have I?
not
No,
really.
there's-
Basically
Alright.
combat. Did you hear that I pushed him over the edge with my protection?
No, I didn't.
So basically, I cast protection from evil and good on myself last round, and then I was able to shove them this round. Very luckily. I mean, he has a +5, I have a 0. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to burn some sorcery points to get a first level spell slot back, and then I'm going to
You guys
twin
aren't
cast.
So
I know, but this is for safety's sake. And I basically have to say I'm burning the spell slot regardless. And then I'm going to use the last sorcery point I got to recast it, but twin cast it on myself and Helja. So we both have protection from evil and good on ourselves.
okay.
I think we should continue on and see what happens.
Okay.
We have no idea how to get to Leosai though.
No clue either. I was just gonna see about getting over there and then see if I can make my way. I don't know. Let's just worry about getting us across and then we can try and come back for Leosai. No offense, Leosai. But you're a bit too far away right now for me to deal with.
Oh, none taken at all. I've never risked myself for you all.
And we'll yeet Kuma over here.
All right. That one's a little narrow, so either one of you is going to make a check at advantage to see if it's successful, because combining your throwing skill with Kuma's slow fall.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she already
There we
rolled
go.
it. Rolled it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was at advantage, so
Okay, so yeah, Kuma lands on the platform.
And we'll just take a look around. I don't see any of them here right now. Let me just scooch.
yeah. Well, actually, Kuma, could you scooch the other way? There looks to be something I could use there to break my impact from landing.
And to carefully navigate over that crack there.
And yeah, so I want to try and. So I'm going to come here next to Sabella. 5, 10 feet jump. 5, 10, 15, 20.
As you hit the ground, you hear crumbling below the platform that you're on, and the crack spreads and kind of spider webs across the platform.
Oh, this one sounds fragile. Sabella, don't come over here just yet.
I'll run over to Kuma. Well, walk over to Kuma, grab Kuma, drag him over here, and yeet him to that one.
Okay.
Just so there's less of us on here.
All right.
I mean, I weigh like literally 15 pounds, so.
Sabella, what are you doing? And Leosai, what are you doing?
I'm just waiting
Leosai's,
for them to keep crossing.
yes, Leosai's just sort of staring, wondering how to do this because most of her magic is trickery.
Kuma, I move you over there.
Could she use a floating disc?
You don't know. Generally speaking, floating disc won't go over large gaps.
It really just hovers above ground, so it would just drop down.
And you cannot stand on your own floating disc.
I got nothing.
It follows you.
I think it literally cancels the spell if you step onto it.
If I can't fly, I can't teleport, I can't floating disc, I got nothing. I mean, I can teleport, it just won't go where I want.
And this is exactly why I do not dump strength anymore.
it's a challenge. It's up to you guys to figure out how to get across.
Before jumping, Helga, maybe you should come over here first.
Yep. I'm just wondering if there's anything I can do to help stabilize.
Don't you have mending?
I have mending, but I'm pretty sure this break is larger than a foot.
Yeah,
Oh, it's a foot in diameter.
it's bigger than that.
Oh, no larger than a foot in any
Ma-
dimension. Dimension, not diameter. Yeah,
Yeah, you can't fix the main crack, but you could probably like fix the spider webbing.
that is true.
All right, yeah, you can cast mending and it'll fix the spider webbing.
And then I can jump off a bit softer to get across this one.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you even need a running jump that one.
All I can really do is jump, and it's not impossible. I do have athletics, but
What?
What's your
No, no.
strength score?
Yeah, a running
12.
jump is based strictly off your strength score. Yeah, you can jump. That means you can jump 12 feet without
Standing jump is half your strength score.
Yeah, but you can get 10 foot. You can come from here.
Yeah.
Or from here.
Yep. I think that's the plan. Like I said, my whole spellbook is tricks, so I'm gonna have to take chances.
But the thing is, can you see that guy from where you're at?
I've still
Yep.
got Searing Smite, so I can use to. Actually, no, I think he's out of range for me. Because long range on improvised weapons is 20 foot.
Yeah, also, isn't Searing Smite specifically say melee weapon attack?
Yeah,
It might do.
it does.
It does.
Like most of the smite spells are melee centric.
Neosai would have to make a 20-foot jump.
She's trying to just get to the end. She's not paying attention to the ghosts. They're gonna kill her either way.
It's a 10-foot jump. You can jump onto that ledge. You might have some trick landing on it. But
Yeah, she'll take the jump.
all right. Make a.
Now, if it were acrobatics, I'd be in better shape than
Dex
athletics.
You can apply acrobatics to this. That's cheesing.
Oh wait, Dex saves. Or sorry.
Yeah, it's I get you can't you can make an acrobatics check. Sorry, not save.
I mean, are you proficient in acrobatics?
No. Just have a flat 5 in it, not proficient.
But then the 17 would be it. It's the same roll.
All right, so yeah, you managed to barely catch onto yourself on the lip of the platform. You just squeezed up against the crumbled wall.
Well, they wanted bravery. This is about as frickin' brave as I've ever been.
All right. Sabella, are you just running and jumping over to the other platform?
Thing is, I need to see my whole area. Actually, jump over here, then try to make my way over here.
Oh, okay.
I'd be casting guidance on myself. I can easily make the jump of the run.
All right. Yeah, you make it across, and then you're getting over. You're trying to make the 15-foot jump over here, or the 20-foot jump.
You know, by 2 from you, it's 15.
Okay. Yep. Jump.
And then there's the 10-foot right there.
At this point, the Yosai, what are you doing as you're clinging to the edge?
I suppose I would try and work my way around.